Here, as usual, as per the mission of Neolife, to make a positive difference in people's lives. And that's why we congregate here today, to share some information that can actually transform lives, that can make a better life for everybody. Now, my name's Fred Gishuki. Fred is a Neolife distributor. I joined Neolife a while back when I was a young man in the 90s. The reason why I joined is because I was looking for extra income. I wanted to have a good life. I mean, you go to school. My dad was a teacher. My mom was a teacher. We were told, go to school, study hard, get good grades, and you'll get a very good, safe, and secure job. That's exactly what I did. I went to school and I did it. I graduated as a hotel manager and I went looking for employment. I saw some of my friends get very good jobs and I knew mine was coming. So I was very, very excited. But it took quite a while before I could even get any kind of job. So finally I became a cook, a waiter, receptionist, in that order. And it was while I was very frustrated about the corporate world that a stranger came and offered me this opportunity of Neolife. It was a pastor from South Africa. He told me, Fred, there's something you can do part-time, which can actually give you an extra income. My keywords were part-time and extra income. Those were my keywords. So I did not think very much. I just joined in immediately and I started doing this business on a part-time basis. And at the beginning, it was a bit tough, but thanks to Neolife, they give you training, they give you support, they give you encouragement. I started growing as a distributor and I found myself actually earning good money from Neolife. I remember the time I was earning 10K as a salary. Neolife, I started off, I remember my first check from Neolife was 300 shillings and I took it home and everybody laughed at me. But as I continued doing the business, it grew because my sponsor told me, just keep working at it, the money will grow. So it kept on growing and it kept on growing until it reached my salary and it surpassed it. I started earning over 30K. And that was very, very exciting because it was more than 3 times my pay. And I became a director. And that's when I seriously started thinking about quitting employment to do this on a full-time basis. But I still held on to employment. I went on, built a business, became a world team member. And when I became a world team member, things changed because I got my first trip abroad. You know, when I'd never been in a plane before. And here I was, a cook, waiter, stroke receptionist in a plane going to South Africa. That was very, very exciting. I had tried previously to go to America. It didn't work because the guy was supposed to back us up, bailed out at the last minute. But here I was in a plane, and I remember I was with Anyang and Kiraitu Murungi. And I said, wow, if I can travel with these kind of guys and a mere receptionist, I mean, anything is possible. So we went to South Africa, we came back. Since then, I've traveled quite a bit with Neolife. And more importantly, I've been able to help so many people live a healthier life. And to start off, when I started off, the people that I would call guinea pigs were my dad and my mom. Because my mom had high blood pressure, my dad had ulcers. I introduced them to Neolife products, though they were a bit skeptical at the beginning. But what happened is that my mom's pressure stabilized, my dad's ulcers disappeared, and that was exciting. And I always say, even if I didn't make a shilling out of Neolife, the fact that my parents' health was improved, that to me was quite exciting. And since then, I've helped so many people live better lives, courtesy of the Neolife products. So today we are here to talk about health, but we can never forget the health of the pocket. That is the money part of it. But we are here to talk about the physical health, and I'm going to get into it in a moment. So I've been able to do many things through Neolife. I've been able to help so many people live very exceptional lives. I have directors, world team members in my team. And I mean, that's very, very exciting. I remember one time we traveled abroad with about 35 people from my team. And I always say, the best way to earn a living is to help somebody else earn a living, then you earn your living. And I remember, I think it is Paul Getty who says that if you help enough people pay their bills, no, it's Jim Brown. If you help enough people pay their bills, your bills disappear. And that's what Neolife does. You help enough people and you take care of your life. So Neolife is a fantastic opportunity for those who are here today. If you're here as a guest, you're coming to have a look at it as an opportunity that you can make money. I want to encourage you, you're at the right place. If you're here as a prospective customer or consumer of Neolife products, you want to know more about our products, you are also at the right place. I have seen people who have joined Neolife just to buy products for their own use because they needed a bit of help. And their lives ended up changing. Our speaker for today, Mary Mengo, you'll get to hear from her. She joined because she wanted to use the products for arthritis, but her life changed. And she decided to do the business much later. So she'll give you her story. And that's why I'm saying you can come in for one reason, but Neolife offers so many things. Now, I want to get into the presentation, and today it's about bone health. And there we are, our mission to make the world a healthier and happier place. That is Neolife. And Neolife focuses on health. And for you to be healthy, there are three things that you have to look at. And this will influence everything else in your life. Number one, you have to rest. They say you sleep 8 hours, but anywhere from 6 to 8 hours is good enough. But different people require different amounts of rest. Exercise is very, very important. And recently, there's a medic who was telling us, especially about this COVID-19. He was saying that if you make 10,000 steps, just walking, 10,000 steps every day, your immunity will be at a level whereby if you even contract COVID-19, your body will be able to fight it off. So exercise is critical, and we should be able to exercise every single day. The third thing, which is very, very important, which I'll spend some time on, is the diet. Diet is critical. Many of us today are eating ourselves to the grave. And you find that with your own money and fork and knife, you're eating the wrong things. And that ends up destroying your health. You're eating the nyamachomas and all the fatty foods and all the sugary stuff, and it messes you up. And let's look a little bit about dietary facts that are there, about the food that you're eating today, and the reason why many people are developing arthritis and other lifestyle conditions. The truth of the matter is that 95% of the food that we eat lack nutrients. Why do they lack nutrients? Because the soils have been tilled. We've used fertilizer for so many years. The soils, the food that you're getting doesn't have the nutrients that you're looking for. Then 75% deliberately consume incorrect foods. Your Coke, your Fanta, your chips, and all these things. We've all been culprits of that for whatever reason. And because of that nutritional gap that exists, today I cannot force you to eat the right way. I cannot force you to eat the right way. Neolife, through what we call the Scientific Advisory Board, came up with products that actually you can use that can actually help to cover the gap between what you should be eating and what the WHO recommends that you eat. And the Scientific Advisory Board developed food supplements. This is actually food that is put in a more convenient way for your consumption. So you swallow a tablet and you've gotten some calcium. You swallow a tablet, you've gotten some omega-3. Some people may talk about this industry and they wonder, why should I swallow a tablet, yet I'm not sick? This industry originated in America in 1930. That's when the first supplement was made. Incidentally, we distribute the first ever supplement that was made by the American government. That is the TreeNN. And when you use this supplement, it helps your cells to function properly, gives you a lot of energy. When you go to the developed world, when you go to buy your groceries, you also buy supplements, yeah? But in Kenya, we still wait until we fall sick and then we run for supplements. Now with COVID, people at least are thinking differently about supplements. And the Scientific Advisory Board makes sure that everything that we deal with is 100% natural and safe. Now, moving on there, why Neolife? Why Neolife? Why should you use Neolife products? Because there are many other supplements out there, but why should you use Neolife? Our products are non-GMO products. They have full traceability, as in you can trace even the ingredients that were used to produce the product. They are whole food-based supplements. We don't, like calcium, we don't go and take the coral reef and make it into calcium. I know there are companies that do that. I mean, who eats coral reef? I mean, if you take calcium from corals, I mean, what are the chances that the body will absorb it? Because you are not created to eat coral reef. But we have whole-based food supplements, yeah? We are directed by doctors and scientists. You've seen the Scientific Advisory Board. We also have a Health Professionals Council with Dr. Fatma Abdallah, who actually advises the company. Clinically proven, that's our products with human clinical studies. So we are not guessing. Most of our products are patented. They are high quality, they are 100% organic and natural, and they are patented, and that becomes very exciting. Then we are actually licensed pharmaceutically for manufacturing. So these are the products of Neolife, and it's an amazing, they are amazing, amazing products. Personally, I've dealt with them, I've used them for more than 20 years, since 1996, and I can vouch for the effectiveness of the Neolife products. Now let's get into the products of the day, because we said the issue here is about arthritis and what can one use to be able to sort out arthritis or bone challenges. How can you strengthen your bones? And Neolife has developed a combination of products, and these products that I'm going to share with you, I was actually guided by the speaker of the day based on what she has used that really did work for her. I'm just going to get into it. The first product that I want to talk about is called Daily Vitality Pack. Daily Vitality Pack. Daily Vitality Pack is a fantastic product with so many benefits that are geared towards flexible joints, boosting your immunity. It's an antioxidant. It gives you youthful skin. It combines 3 products: TRNN, omega-3, and carotenoid complex. And it actually does a wonderful, wonderful job. And it's a value pack. It's 4-in-1, yeah? And that's the first product that I just want to mention now. And it covers so many things, and flexible and healthy joints is just one of them. Now, the other product, and this is a product that Mary Mengo, our speaker of the day, actually used because by then there was no Pro Vitality Pack. This product is called Formula 4 Plus. Now, Formula 4, sorry, I got muted a little bit there. Formula 4 Plus actually helps the cells to function properly. It actually helps absorption of nutrients and excretion of waste, so that at the end of the day, you find that you're more energetic, but more importantly, the body is able to absorb nutrients, the calcium and the like, from the food that you eat, so that it actually utilize that to be able to build your bones. It also has vitamin B complex vitamins, which are very, very important in absorbing minerals in your body. Now, is a product that really is a relatively new product for many people.
I'm losing you.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, you can hear now. Yes, you can hear now.
Yes, it's a product that has actually made a big difference. It's a relatively new product. It's called Full Motion. And Full Motion does a wonderful job in your body. It has what we call glucosamine. Glucosamine, it has about 1,500 mgs of glucosamine. And glucosamine is very important for building cartilage in your body. Now, cartilage is the one that actually is a white thing that you see in between bones. When you eat chicken, there's that white thing that is what we call cartilage. And when you take glucosamine, it also has something we call a herb that helps to improve, to lower the pain that you feel in your body. And if you look at this diagram that is here, it actually shows you what happens to joints so that you can now start having a painful joint. If you look at the joint on the left, it shows you a healthy joint. But if you look at the joint on the right, you can see it has very thin cartilage. It has cartilage fragments. And this is a joint that is actually inflamed by osteoporosis. And full motion helps to bring back this joint on the right to what it is on the left. Yeah. And I always explain to people that for the joints for you to start feeling pain on your joints, there are a few things that you need to consider. The first thing that happens is that because of poor diet and lack of eating things like fish and omega-3, the synovial fluid thins out, and also because of age. Synovial fluid, and that's a grease that helps your joint to rotate together. When the synovial fluid thins out, then you find that the cartilage starts rubbing against each other. And if you don't take care of it, very soon the bones will start rubbing against each other, and that will cause pain. So when you are fixing the joint, we have to build back the joint to what it was. And that's why we say the first thing is we take the formula 4, but the second thing we take full motion to bring back the cartilage. And then after the full motion, we go to the next product, which is the omega-3. The omega-3 now brings back the synovial fluid so that now the joint can be able to move together smoothly. And omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory. It lowers inflammation by 68% when you're using it. And that becomes very interesting because you find that any kind of disease that you have in your body is actually inflammation. And omega-3 is able to lower inflammation in your body. Now, the next product that we talk about, CalMag, calcium, magnesium. Calcium now comes in and builds back the bone to what it was before. You find that I mentioned that after the synovial fluid has thinned out, then you find the cartilage is rubbing together. If you don't fix it, the bone starts rubbing together. And then again, the bone is also depleted by so many other things because we don't take enough calcium from our diet. We don't take our omega. We don't take, actually, if you look at the sources of calcium in your diet, they're actually negligible because many people don't take omega. They don't drink milk because of various reasons. And for that reason, you find that they don't get enough calcium in their diet. Now, when you're not getting enough calcium in your diet, then the body is forced to take calcium from your bones for various processes. If you're a lady and you have your menses, the body takes calcium from your bones for that purpose. If you are giving birth to a baby with a full skeletal structure, the calcium is derived from your bones because you're not taking enough calcium. You find that most of the processes in our body need calcium. Even blinking, you need calcium and magnesium. Whatever it is that you can think about, you need calcium and magnesium for it to happen. And that is why we say you need to be supplementing, whether you have osteoporosis or not. Even for the men need 1,000 mgs of calcium every day. Women need 1,500 mgs. I'm talking about healthy men, not men with a condition. So don't say that I don't have arthritis, I will not take calcium. Calcium is required for all of us. And same for omega-3, you need it, whether you are sick or not, because fish, you're supposed to be eating fish 3 to 4 times a week. I don't know how many of us do that, but our omega-3 is able to cover up for that. So this is CalMag. It's a fantastic product and it will sort you out. Another product that is critical is vitamin B complex. And vitamin B actually helps in absorption of the vitamins in your body. So your calcium and the like, the minerals that you've taken. For them to be absorbed by your body and your bones, then you need vitamin B complex. It's also very good for your nerves. It helps your nerves to function properly. If you have any kind of pain or ache that is related to nerves, because as the arthritis progresses, because the joint is not moving together, it affects the nerve. So the pain becomes too much. So you need vitamin B so that you can be able to sort out the issue of the nerves. Now, the next thing that is important after vitamin B is vitamin C. Now, vitamin C has so many benefits. Right now, vitamin C is actually being talked about so much because of COVID. But in arthritis, vitamin C is important for building cartilage. No, collagen, sorry, collagen. Collagen is the muscle that actually joins the knee or the joint together. That muscle that enables the knee to actually be flexible is built by collagen. And your collagen, you're going to get it in vitamin C. So vitamin C becomes very, very important for building collagen and helping you. It's also a natural antibiotic, a natural antioxidant. So it prevents you from getting cancer as well as boosts your body immunity. The next thing that is important is carotenoid complex. Now this one, I actually learned from Mary herself that it actually plays a big role where arthritis is concerned. Personally, I had not thought that carotenoid complex has any role to play in arthritis, other than one role. Carotenoid complex is able to slow down the onset of lifestyle diseases. We are talking about cancer, we are talking about high blood pressure, we are talking about arthritis. Carotenoid complex is able to slow it down by 44%. So you find that you can outlive that condition because of taking carotenoid complex. But in this case, in the case of arthritis, some of the arthritis that people get is actually an autoimmune deficiency where the body fights itself. And when you take carotenoid complex, it helps to sort out your immunity. And in that respect, it is able to help you with arthritis. So this is a fantastic product that is made from fruits and vegetables that actually helps you to strengthen your immunity. If you take carotenoid complex for 20 days, you boost your immunity by 37% above normal. Now, those are the products of arthritis. And these are products, I know I was a bit fast, but these are products which are available. And I know we are recording this session, so later you can be able to go through them and just see one at a time. But they're products that our speaker of the day actually used, and they actually sorted out her issue. And the reason why I get so excited when I think about Mary Mengo is because by the time she came to Neolife, she was actually working with a walking stick. And she used our products because of arthritis. She used our products. And today she can actually walk. She's been walking freely for so many years. When we go abroad, because we've traveled with her so many times, and we get on the dance floor and everybody is dancing and people are competing, you find that the young people sit down to rest and they leave Mary Mengo dancing. And yet this is somebody who had a challenge with arthritis to a point whereby she could not walk without a walking stick. So I get very excited about that. Now, before I invite her to just share her story and give us some tips, because today we are going to hear from her and get to just learn from her. And basically at the end of it all, we want you to ask her a few questions so that you can understand this session very well. Before I do that, there's something that we are fighting right now, and that is COVID-19. And COVID-19 is with us today, and it is actually wreaking havoc in our society. And today being a health seminar, I cannot finish this session without talking about COVID-19. And what I've done there, I've just put the products that were recommended by Dr. Fatma Abdallah so that you can remember. If you're using a phone, you can take a screenshot. You can write them down. If you're not in a position, then you can interact with the recording later. But this becomes very important. These are the products: carotenoid complex, the one we've talked about, chelated zinc, vitamin A and D, garlic allium complex, aloe vera plus, flavonoid complex, herbal respiratory complex, body balance. These were all explained by Dr. Fatma Abdallah, so I won't talk much about them. But you can look at the recording. We have a recording on it that talks about the presentation, but that was done by Dr. Fatma Abdallah. But suffice it to say, what is exciting about this is that I've recommended these products to several people who have contracted COVID, and they've recovered, and recovered very, very well, exceptionally well, and within a very short span of time. Today, I was just talking to one of my customers, and she was telling me she's over 74 years of age, and she got COVID and the husband got COVID. But they have been using the products. In fact, the last product they had bought was Omega Salmon. They've been on Botanical, they've been on TNN and a few other products. And they were able to fight. She has an underlying condition, diabetes and high blood pressure, and she's over 70. But within 2 weeks, she was able to bounce back and just do normal things because of using the products. The husband, for the husband who is so older than her, for him, he didn't even, he wasn't down. He didn't get to hospitalization. He didn't even take medicine, and he's up and about and doing stuff because he had been taking the products before he got COVID and continued even after getting COVID. So our products are amazing. And I just want to encourage the guests on the call and the distributors, please, please, please be using the products. Don't wait until you fall sick, then you start running. Your immunity, you build it before you fall sick so that you're able to fight it at the end of the day. Now, as I finish, because it's important to just mention this, if you're here and you're a guest, there are several ways that you can interact with Neolife. You can either become a customer, and you can see that man there. We do deliver to your door if you want. And the person who has invited you can be able to help you access these products very well. Or you can decide to become a distributor, get a kit, become a member of Neolife. And just like Mary Mengo, you can become a member to get products at wholesale, save some money. And if you later decide to do it as a business, then you can do it as a business, because once you get in, it's like a shopping mall or a supermarket. You just walk in, buy your products. But the good thing about Neolife is that the products can be delivered to your doorstep. You just need to order online. Nowadays, we are ordering online and the products are delivered for you, so which is quite exciting. And that is, there it is. It's all about, and you can also decide to join to make money. Just like myself, I came in to make money. I didn't come in because I had a health condition. I came in because I wanted to make money. And the rest is history. So it's an amazing business. And what I'm going to do now, I want to invite Mary. Mary, are you there?
Yes, I'm there, Fred.
Fantastic. So Mary Mengo is going to share her story just now. I cannot see you, Mary. You are still...
okay, can you see me now? Great.
Yes, I can see you, Mary.
Thank you.
Mary is just going to share her story and tell you exactly why she joined Neolife and what has happened through Neolife, what are the benefits that she has gotten from Neolife, both health-wise and financially and lifestyle. And after that, we are going to take a few questions. If you have any question, you can send it on the chat so that Mary will be able to tackle that at the end of the day, at the end of the call. So Mary, please take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, Fred. Good evening, East Africa. Good evening, Central Africa. Good evening, all the continents. As you have heard, my name is Mary Mengo. Welcome all the people who are on this call, the guests and the distributors. Today is a great day, and I'm very humbled that I'm going to share my story with you. My story goes back to year 2000 when I partnered this company. But before then, I was working with a diplomatic mission as a mother. I'm a mother. I'm a wife to Stephen Mengo. And between me and Stephen Mengo, we have got 5 children. 2 are ours, adults, and we have got 3 who are orphans. They are all adults. When I go back to my story, I was working with a diplomatic mission. I was very senior. So me, when I partnered this company in year 2000, I was not partnering the company for money. I had the money. My job was good, and I was excited. But then, as I was just running after the money, because doing my work, my good job, which I really liked, connecting 2 countries, a foreign embassy, and Kenya. My major office was the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I was excited, but then I lost my health. That in the year 1994, I was diagnosed by a professor in Nairobi Hospital that I had arthritis. I didn't know what that was, but he told me I should, Mrs. Mengo, I'm sorry, you have got to learn how to live with arthritis and painkillers because it is not curative. We cannot cure it. I had to accept it. It was not easy. It was very painful. But I said I had to change my mindset. I had to change my thinking, and I accepted what the doctor, my professor said, and I went into the painkillers. That was 1994. I went there walking, limping, and the situation kept on worsening. And between 1994 and the year 2000, I walked properly with a stick. I got deformed. And mark you, this is a diplomat with a big office, reporting directly to His Excellency and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So the life was not easy, but I got used to it. But then come year 2000, precisely January, year 2000, precisely January. That is when my angel appeared. I do not know today you are here. I do not know who is your angel. My angel appeared at 10 o'clock at night in my house. She was my great friend, Pauline. If I may say, I just give her a clap because she's the one who made me to look the way I look today. So she came to me at 10 o'clock and she told me she met her friend, and her friend told her there's a company in Kenya with a very good medicine. She called them medicine. Why did she call them medicine? Pauline was barely 3 days, because when she met this person, she partnered Neolife immediately so that she can be buying the products for me. Talk about friend. And she was 3 days, and I trusted on her. And the person who sponsored, who showed her the company, all the products, he was barely 5 months. So both of them, the person who brought Pauline into the business was barely 5 months. Pauline was barely 3 days. I do not know the person who invited you on this call today. How old, how long has been in your life? Maybe 1 day, 2 days, or maybe this person is 10 years or even 20 years. It doesn't matter. What was there was a big trust. I trusted Pauline, and I gave her my ear, and she told me about this company, Neolife. And as she was talking, she moved these things and she kept on my table. Like the Fred said, which was true. The first product she gave me was Formula 4 Plus, Calmac, Omega-3, and a carotenoid complex. She had 4 of them. She kept on the table, and she started explaining to me. She didn't know what to say, but we said, okay. She didn't know much because she was 3 days, but she had a lot of faith with the person who told her about the products. So I became a customer. That was January, precisely year 2000. And I started buying the products from her. I gave her money for that. And I used them. And I started using, feeling a very slight change. It was not much. But come February, the following month, within the month, she was telling me that I want you to join so that you can buy. I want you to join. Those are the words, join. They were just telling me, join the thing. So February, I gave her the money. I told her to go and put me in that chama, or that group of people who are selling the medicine, because I needed to use them. And I was registered. I didn't know. She just went and registered me to where I don't know where she registered me. And I was okay. She used to go for the products for me, because I could not walk. She used to take me to the clinics. I used to go to clinic once a month, twice a month, 3 times in a month. So she used to drop me either using my car or using her car. So she was a good friend. So I went on, and I partnered the company. So when I partnered the company, I continued with these products, and she told me she was told, so I can add vitamin B complex, I can add vitamin C. I did that. And everything she told me, I believed on her and I trusted her, because I could not go to training. And of course, I didn't need the training, because I only needed to use the medicine, not another thing. So I kept on. And within the year, By then, we did not have full motion. Neither full motion came later. So I kept on using the products which were available. And literally, I kept to use almost every product. And within the year 2000, believe you me, before the end of the year, I do not know exactly when, before the end of the year, I kept my stick down in the name of Jesus. I kept my stick down. Today, wow, at times when I'm talking about these products, I become very emotional, I become very excited. Today, 18 years down the line, I have no arthritis at all whatsoever. I'm even growing younger. I had so many challenges. I was a victim of every other allergy available. I was a victim. Today, I'm free of all that because of using these products. These products are good. So if you are here today on this line, on this Zoom call, use these products. The person who invited you, this person knows it all. This person you can consult with your upline, because if I've used the products and they have helped me in many challenges, I'm telling you, the business followed me later, I came to use the products. But within the period, the year 2000, year 2001, year 2002, I did not do much. I was working and of course I left the embassy. Within that period, I built a business, which year 2003, year 2004, year 2003, I had qualified for international trip. I have traveled with this company, so I've achieved so much. If it is health, I've achieved everything. If it's say like age, I've achieved everything. So now I have traveled the world with this company. There's everything. There's life, there's lifestyle, there's health, there's money. If it's money, I've gotten the money. Between in year 2006, I did not retire. I resigned from the embassy simply because I had built, me and Steve Mengo, who was working for an airline, he also resigned. We have built a magnificent business all over the world. We have got a big business where by year 2006, the salary which the embassy was paying me, my salary was close to 100,000. By then, that was good money. So come year 2006, this business, in Neolife, which the business followed me, we had built a business which was paying us about 3.5 times what the embassy was paying me. And I decided to quit the embassy. I quit. Later, Steve Mengo quit. Later, Steve Mengo quit also the airline. And the life was good. We have traveled the world. We have been at our first international flight, if I may say. Our first international flight was Mauritius. Wow. Mauritius was a wonderful place. We went to Mauritius in the year 2004, then come back. We went Las Vegas, America, Cancun, Mexico. We have been to many, many places. Sorry for that. We have been to many, many places. We have been to Dubai, we have been to Hong Kong, we have been to London, and the list is endless. We have traveled with this company. If there's any company which gives somebody life, it's Neolife International. So if you are here today, you only need to have your mindset, change your thinking, change your how to think, trust people. Me, I use these products because of trusting Pauline, and Pauline trusting the person. You must have a very big heart to accommodate people. You must be there to help people. Just be there, and you are going to see what will happen to you, to your people, to life. Just so my last word is just to have trust, believe, and have faith on these products. Have faith on the people you deal with. Have faith in this company, and I'm sure together, as we are on this call, we are going to build our country. We are going to even beat COVID, this COVID-19, because it is there for real. We have to take care. Me, I'm not scared. I'm doing everything which the government requires us to do. So for you, Me, I'm a senior citizen. I don't know what about you. So I welcome you on our board. And like this moment, if there's any question, you can ask. You can ask me. You can ask on the chat. And thank you so much. I put the call back to Fred.
Thank you,
So
Mary.
that he can
Thank
tell
you,
us
Mary,
more.
for a
Thank you
great
so much, Fred.
testimony.
Welcome.
And I can see one or two people asking questions, but maybe one of the questions that is being asked is how far was the arthritis? Was the cartilage all gone? So maybe Mary, you can answer that one. Was the arthritis, how far was it? Was it so severe? Was the arthritis, was the cartilage gone? How was it?
Yes, Fred. My cartilage, they almost had gone because my right side leg from the knee had diverted from my body, and it had diverted to the other side. That's why I was given a stick to walk. And on the left side, the toes had already also diverted from my feet. So that's why I was given a stick. So my cartilages, I can say the doctor said the pain used to be very severe, and I used the products. That's all. The rest I left to God, and today I'm okay.
Fantastic. The other question is, what products are you now using to maintain the arthritis?
I have no arthritis at all, so I'm not maintaining any arthritis. I only maintain I only use the products for my age, for my health, and to give confidence to the people who are using the products. I'm just using the products for leisure. I have no arthritis at all, and I'm not sick. I have no challenges at all whatsoever. Thank you.
Fantastic. Now, Mary, maybe I can also ask a question for the benefit of the audience, because you've already shared this with me. Did you have to, when you're treating the arthritis, are there some foods that you avoided and some that were highly recommended in your diet, other than now the supplements?
True. Yes, that's very. By the way, I came to learn later because of the weight, because I was very huge. I used to wear a dress size 50. I was very, very huge. So from my weight is, I got the arthritis. I didn't know then, but then I knew this later. Because I used to eat I used to eat very healthy according to me that time. Meat was my favorite, and eggs and all that. So when I now started, when I went to my doctor, and then I started using this and that, I started now knowing about nutrition, maybe later. But before, with my doctor, he told me one thing to avoid is red meat, is to avoid meat as much as possible. Avoid try to eat less of carbohydrates, starch, eat less. Eat lots of he told me, Mrs. Mengo, please, I beg you, if you do not reduce your weight, unapanda you are going to die. And I didn't want to die. I wanted to be there even today so that I can talk to you. So I avoided the meat, sugar. The sugar we put in the tea. You must stop using sugar if you are here today. Try as much as you can. Avoid the sugar. Avoid lots of cooking oils. We have many of them. Just use little. Like sugar, if you have to use sugar, maybe 1 tablespoon per day, or don't use it. We have got many. You can use your tea without sugar, without meat. So avoid eat lots of fruits and vegetables, because they are good for your health. That's what I do. So at any one given time you are putting anything on your mouth, think twice and ask yourself, what are you putting in your mouth? What are you eating? If you have no idea, we have got trainings. First, we invited you. We'll be inviting you to our health trainings, and you can learn more about your health. Thank you, Fred. I don't know whether I've answered the question.
Yes, you have. In fact, I remember I was reading a book on arthritis, and it was saying that there are some fruits, especially like pineapples, which are very good for joints. they have.
Yes.
Is that correct, Mary?
Yes, it is correct. Pineapples are very good because they've got something, I don't know what it's called, but
I
it's very
think
good.
bromelain or something.
Yeah, bromelain, yes, yes. Yeah, but for arthritis, um, like avocados, don't eat a lot of them. Like bananas, don't eat a lot of them when you have arthritis because they will give you more of starch and oil. So the rest of them, okay, like skumawiki, try to avoid skumawiki as much as possible. Me, I don't eat skumawiki. I don't even know how much they cost. Eat a lot of spinach and the other greens like managu and all those. Because like now skumawiki will give you lots of acidity and other things which will give you inflammation in the bones. So if you have that, today me, I don't have it. So I read and whenever I'm told, I understand and I take action. Thank you, Fred.
Fantastic, fantastic. So thank you so much, Mary. I believe we've been able to answer quite a few questions for us, and we thank you so much for your testimony. I can see somebody asking whether there is one product that you can use, or do you have to use the whole program? The answer for that one, of course, is that you have to use the whole program because they combine with each other. Is that correct, Mary?
Yes, you use the whole product, the whole program, but at times you see maybe the pocket is crying. You can use Provitality Pack, Calmag, and Full Motion.
Ah, fantastic, fantastic. There you have it, Provitality Pack, Calmag, and Full Motion for a start. And then as you go along, you can be able to add the other products so that you can be able to cover it totally. So I believe we've covered it quite well. And thank you, Mary. And thank you all for coming for this health clinic. We've learned a lot about health from Mary, and I know there are people on the call whose lives have been touched positively by this. Personally, I've learned a lot from Mary. Even today, I've learned something. And you see, knowledge is power, but only knowledge that is put to action becomes power. So what I can encourage the guests on the call is, today you've been invited as a guest, take a step, either become a customer or become a distributor. Whichever you choose, you at least you'll be able to safeguard your health. But don't just remain there as a guest looking out from inside. If you become a distributor, then you have a choice. You can either become a business builder, or you can still remain as a wholesale customer where you are buying at wholesale price. Whichever the case, it's your business. Nobody pushes you, tells you, gives you targets and all that. When you come into Neolife, you are the one you are the boss. So you set your own targets, you set your own deadlines, and you work the business at your own pace. If you decide I'll be buying one item every month, that is what you do. Nobody is going to come and tell you, now that you have joined, you must use this kind of products, you must spend this amount. No, 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 no. You come in and you use products at your own pace. The day you decide now you want to do the business, you can then go full throttle and actually do the business and do it very well. I know Mary's upline had joined the business, the upline to Mary, had joined the business. And for 2 years, he didn't do anything. He was busy with other things. And when he lost his money in a different venture, he now decided to do the business seriously. And he built one of the biggest business in your life. So you can decide to pick it up at any time and grow it to whatever level. But for the sake of your family, for the sake of your life, and especially now with the issue of COVID, when you become a member, you get between 15 to 30% discount on all the products. And you need products for COVID, that's a given, because you don't want to wait until you get sick, then you start running around. The cost of getting onto a ventilator and all these things is too expensive. People are spending millions to actually just get their lives back. Instead of waiting, why don't you buy calcium, which is cost less than 2,000 shillings? Buy a zinc, and preferably get in and buy it at wholesale price, save some money. And then decide, do I want to do it as a business? And whichever decision you make depends on you and what you'd like to achieve in your life. But I can tell you, for us, Neolife has been a total value opportunity. It's been an opportunity that we have used to change so many people's lives and also make a living out of it and enjoy lifestyle from it. So that is it from me. turn to the person who invited you. He has a form, he has a link he can send you. Nowadays you can register online. He can send you a link and you register immediately on your phone, and you become a member. You pay via M-Pesa, and within 5 minutes you are a member of Neolife, and then you start shopping immediately. You don't have to wait, even if right now the office is closed, but your office in your phone is open, so you can shop online. You can even buy the products Mary has mentioned immediately. Right now, after I finish, in like 3 minutes, you can actually purchase them online, and they instruct the company where you want them delivered, and come Tuesday, the products will be delivered wherever you are. That's how digital and how this business has become. It's actually a business that has suited professionals very well. People with a very busy lifestyle where you don't have time to establish a kiosk or buy mitumbas or do all these other businesses or get a matatu and all these things. These are business that you do it at the comfort of your home, at your own time, at your own pace, with your phone, without a lot of stress. And we have so many mentors and so many leaders on the call who are there to train us and help us grow better. As we finish, tomorrow we'll be having a presentation. If you're here and you want to know more about the business, how does the business work? How do you make money? How do you build an international business? Tomorrow we will be having a session from one of our leaders from South Africa, and it will be done at 8 p.m. So make a date. Don't miss tomorrow's session at 8 p.m. On the same link that I've sent you. He'll be there, and he'll be talking about how do you make money. For him, it will be money. Today we talked about health mainly, but tomorrow we'll be talking about money. So if you are there and you want to make some US dollars when you're in Kenya, you see right now I have a business in the US, I have a business in Canada, in about 12 different countries, Nigeria and the like. And I did that courtesy of Neolife. So even you can build a business internationally, and that will be explained tomorrow. So if you want to know more about the business, see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Kenyan time. Otherwise, it was great talking to you guys. Have a blessed afternoon. God bless you all. And we'll see you again next Sunday when we'll be discussing a different topic. Thank you so much and goodbye. Goodbye, Engineer James. Nice seeing you.
Bye, Fred.
Bye, Mengo. And as we wrap up, I just want to appreciate, I know there are people from Abu Dhabi on the call. We have people from all over East Africa. I know there are people from DRC. Mengo, I know you have people in DRC.
Yes, they are
and they're
there.
on this call.
They're
I
on
think
this call.
engineer is yours. Engineer must be your guy. I remember from DRC. Is it the one? So
no, mine is a doctor.
Yes, so,
mine is a doctor in DRC, three of them.
Oh, there are doctors in DRC, 3 of them.
Yes, I have doctors in DRC.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's exciting. Very exciting. So guys, have a good night. See you.
Bye. Happy Easter.
Bye. Happy Easter to all.
Alaikum salam to our ndugu zetu Waislamu.